Satnam Shri Vaheguru.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The Sevadars of Sri Guru Singh Sabha Croydon arranged a special trip for our children and Sangat to go and visit the amazing team Pothi Seva in Southall. Pothi Seva is a registered charity for the conservation and preservation of printed and manuscript heritage, but they primarily focus on our sacred texts from the Sikh tradition. Pothi Seva provide conservation service, which is known as Sambhal Seva, for repairing Gurmukhi Pothis and books. They provide preservation advice for individuals as well as Gurudwaras and institutions who are custodians of Gurmukhi Pothis and books. The team were taken to their special workshop where they were shown the various techniques, the instruments, the materials, and how they prepare and create a complete Pothi. Bhai Mandeep Singh, Sevadar of Pothi Seva, gave a detailed explanation to the children and the Sangat about the methods, the instruments, and the various techniques that was used to create the ink, the paper, and the binding and the outer cover known as Anjild. He explained that there were ancient techniques used from North Africa, namely from Egypt, from the Middle East, and techniques that were taken from parts of Asia such as Japan and China. And he spoke about how things like stones and special types of plants were used that were melted, they were then grinded down, bits of water were added, and then bits of colour dye were added to create different types of materials for the ink, which had different colours, different types of texture, different types of thickness. And this was the original style of how ancient texts were prepared.
Maharaj Saroops Pothiya that come through. We don't believe in doing sanskar because the thing is, for example, I'll show you just an example. One of my projects which I've been working on is this Pothi, which is a Panj Granthi, and it was very, very heavily damaged. As you can see, it was really damaged. This is a million times better. What happened was I had to take it apart, and they did and I credit to, it's been handed down generations. It's probably about over 100 years old. So you can imagine the history that comes with it. We don't know what the history is, but it's been handed down generations. You don't know who has written it, how it's been written, where it's been written, what ink was used, because this is all historical information. So there's a real history to it. So if you had a first edition of William Shakespeare and maybe Macbeth or something, you would not throw that away, right? So we don't believe in doing sanskar because this is heritage, this is our history, this is, you don't know which Sant Mahapurush maybe handled it, how it was brought into the UK, and the journey. The thing with this Pothi was they'd made a very modern cover for it with lined paper. So all that I had to take apart. Now the materials we use our own materials, so we don't use sellotape is a big no-no, PVA and glue. We make our own paste, so we use traditional methods of restoring and preserving Pothis and Maharaj Saroops because it's more organic. Yeah, because it's all about, we're trying to keep that heritage, we're trying to keep that history, we're trying to keep how this was, even the writing, if you have a look, you can tell a lot about, a Pothi. So you can see ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਖਾਦਾ ਪੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਜੂਏ insects water damaged and you can see all the I've mended all these sections literally all of them including this one which was literally just a piece so I've had to if you have a look just yeah now there's such history in the ink that was used. There's history in the olden days they would burn wood and you know the charcoal grind that into powder so you know it's so important to keep this kind of stuff you know I was asking the children and one girl I said what's the oldest thing you have and she said the oldest thing we have is I have is something from my grandfather. I said would you throw it away and she said no why not because it's a relic yeah so this is history and this is we have to remember at the end of the day this is Bani and Bani is our guru and so if we are destroying that we are destroying guru yeah
Sangat were then given an opportunity to see how Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj's Pavan Pavitra Saroops are repaired, how the Sevadars carefully placed the Saroops on special made apparatus and utensils and instruments, how they, with the finite instruments, remove any sellotape, bits of other things which would have been used to try and correct the Saroops. They use a significant amount of detail, such care and time and attention is taken, and the seva in some instances can take several years to do, depending on how damaged some Saroops are. The Sangat were also shown the different types of paper and thickness and weights that would have been used to prepare the angs, the paper, for the Bani to be written on. There was different types of thickness from different parts of the world which would have been used to create the angs. The methodology, the time, care and attention in ancient times that was used to prepare the angs are still prevalent in some of the methodologies that Pothi Seva use today. The Sevadars of Pothi Seva also demonstrated and showed the children and the Sangat just how much time, care and attention, but also how much precision goes into the sambal of Maharaj's angs. They use detailed instruments with finite care and attention to remove even the smallest mistakes or the smallest damage caused to Guru Granth Sahib Ji Saroops.
गुर प्रसाद रतन हर लाभ है मिटे ज्ञान होए उजियारा.
Bibi Jaswinder Kaur of Pothi Seva gave a workshop for the children to show them how the paper is created, then how it is folded, then how we bind it by using very thick strings, which creates the outer spine of the Saroops of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, to bring all the angs together in one form. When Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, our fifth Guru, had finished compiling the Ad Granth, they then sent all the angs to Lahore, which is now in modern day Pakistan, to complete the gilding. The gilding process is exactly the same that Benji here is showing, which would have been used at the time to create the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj's Pavan Pavitra Saroop, the very first Saroop which was written by Bhai Gurdas Ji, narrated by Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਅੱਜ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੈਵਲੌਕ ਰੋਡ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਪੋਥੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੀ ਵਰਕਸ਼ਾਪ ਦਿਖਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਉੱਥੋਂ ਬੜੀ ਹੀ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਮਿਲੀ ਹੈ, ਬੜੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਸਰੂਪ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੁਰੰਮਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਗੁਟਕੇ ਹਨ, ਜੋ ਛੋਟੀਆਂ ਪੋਥੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਡੈਮੇਜ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਪੇਪਰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੰਕ ਸ਼ਾਈ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੈਂਡ ਰਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ, ਇਹ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਗਿਆਨ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਤੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਚਾਅ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਕੋਈ ਛੋਟੀ ਮੋਟੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੀ ਪਾਬੰਦੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਹੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਿਆ। ਪਰ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਆ ਸਕੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਿਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਜੋ ਵਰਕਸ਼ਾਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਮੁਰੰਮਤ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਕਣਗੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਰਕਸ਼ਾਪ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਆ, ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਮਿਲੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਰੂਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੁੱਕ ਆਫਟਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਐਂਡ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਭ ਸਰੂਪ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਘਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਲਿਆ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, ਇਹ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਟ੍ਰਿਪ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So today we went to a trip to a Gurdwara in South Hall, and we went to a workshop. We were seeing how Gurdwara are repaired. They use very thin paper, which is called Japan paper. It's very thin. Then they use a very non-sticky glue that they use to put on the little cup to repair the books.
And did you enjoy it today?
Yes.
Would you recommend other Sangat to come?
Yes.
Okay. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
So today we went on a trip to South Hall, to a temple, Gurdwara, sorry.
Yeah.
And it was quite fun. We got to learn about how paper was made and how to repair books with the fibre paper. And we got to choose out of what we could get, out of like garas, kangas, everything.
Okay. And did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Would you recommend it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Today we went to Gurdwara in South Hall, and they taught us like how they fix the Guru Sahibs and how important they are and how they're made.
And did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Did you learn a lot?
Yeah.
Would you come back again?
Yes.
Okay, thumbs up. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today we went to South Hall Gurdwara and we had a Pothi Seva workshop. They taught us how to like fix and look after Maharaj's Saroops. So first we went there, we had langar. Then we had like a mini introduction. Then we actually went to where they fix and like write them.
Okay, did you enjoy the trip?
I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Did you learn a lot?
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot.
Okay, would you come back again?
Yes.
Okay. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Sa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Today we went to the Sikh Gurdwara in South Hall and we learned lots of things. So first we had langar, then we had a tiny introduction about how the paper was made that they use in the Gurdwaras, and then we got to see how they repaired them.
And did you enjoy the trip?
Yeah.
Did you learn a lot?
Yes.
Would you come back again?
Yes.
Good. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today we went to Gurdwara in South Hall, and first when we got there we ate langar, and then we had like an introduction to Pothi Seva and like how they make the paper, what the paper's made from, and how they make the ink, and how they like have to bind it. And then we went to where they fixed the Guru Sahibs, and then we saw like some of the equipment they used, and they did it.
Okay. Did you enjoy it? Did you learn a lot? Okay. And does it give you a good way of understanding how to protect and look after Gurdwara Sahib, Pothi Sahib, Guru Granth Sahib Ji?
Definitely.
Okay. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today we went to Southall Gurdwara for like to see what Pothi Sahib do. When we went in there, we had langar. Then we went upstairs to get a little introductory about like what Pothi Seva does and how Guru Granth Sahibs were actually made back then. And then we got to know how people repair them.
Okay. Was it good? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Learn lots and lots of good things?
Yes.
Okay, good. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today at the Pothi Seva workshop, first of all we got introduction on what and how paper is prepared, straight from a plant, which is very unique, and then how it's processed and how paper is mashed up and it's laid into special places. It can take over a week or so just for an A5 sheet basically, and then the process of how they refine that paper, how they polish it to make it smooth and everything. And then they showed us various stones that are used and grated and into powder to be used as ink and colours. And there's a blue stone that's very unique and is only found in Afghanistan. So that was amazing just to see that the special stones are available. What they said was the process is going back to Persia and also going back to China as well. So when we were looking, we could see how much diverse the community is and how much process is involved with different cultures and different backgrounds. Then after that, we went into the actual workshop itself, and then they told us about what type of repairs they do. And they showed how the angs were repaired and how this special refined paper, and this lightest paper they had was 3.5 grams, I think it was, I don't know. 3.5 they said is the strength of it, and it's the very smallest and very light and very strong. And then they showed us the paste that they made to actually put that paper on and how they used to keep it safe. And the lady who was running it, she said she's been working on a Panj Granthi since 2016 and she still hasn't completed it. And the work that they do is so amazing, and it was so enjoyable to be there and understand how the Guru Granth Sahib is being repaired in this country by all these people. And it was a privilege to be there, and I'm so proud that I had the opportunity. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today the children attended a Pothi making workshop, and they were given different types of paper that's been made here. They've got their bagger, which hopefully they're going to then sew up to make their own Pothi at home.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru, 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 Waheguru.